know, I just thought about that. Right here.
Here you go, guys.
I'm thinking of flooding.
As you're out there,
Alright, call meeting to order. Billy, if you want to lead us in the pledge of allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We've got kind of a long agenda tonight, so if anybody wants privilege of the floor, I would ask you to please keep it short. Does anybody want to address the board on anything? Okay, that was short.
Can I welcome our students? Could you guys tell us what's happening? It's not normal for us to have so many students visiting.
So we are all freshmen from SUNY Delhi, and we're taking an American government class. So, we're taking an American government class, so we have to write a paper, and the request was for us to come to one of the town hall meetings and just write the paper on what was going on during the meeting.
Cool, thanks, welcome. So you got the agenda, you got a copy of our agenda?
Yeah.
So that's how we operate. This is the boss here, he's the supervisor of the town. And
there is a village board meeting next Monday night at 6 o'clock at the village hall, if that's on your radar also.
Thank you.
Bye, Bill.
I gotta go.
We also have fires going.
I'll take it for you. Why would I give you mine?
So we're all members of the council, there's 4 of us, and then he's the supervisor, and Elsa's the town clerk, and she's the one that tells us what we should be paying attention to. So, yeah, we go by the agenda, and sometimes it gets a little long, so hopefully, don't feel bashful if you decide that you've had enough. People come and go.
Trust me, there's nights we'd like to leave early too.
We
So.
might follow you out.
No, good to see you out here tonight. Okay, first up, the minutes of the August 8th meeting. Is there a motion to approve? So moved. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Old business, we've got the planning board fee schedule from the village and one little bit what the town charges for. I don't know if anybody has suggestions on what they'd like them to be now for the town.
Well, like I said the last meeting, I feel the village site plan review fee is a little bit low. I would really like to have that moved up to $75. A lot of these fees are help recuperate our costs from the our planner from Delaware County. So, and boundary line adjustments also should be in there, because in the town there's a lot of boundary line adjustments, especially with all the land acquisitions that have been going on. People are selling the big pieces, chopping off little things, and they get it for nothing. I don't think that's right. I think that they should pay for it.
Do you wanna cover that? Well, some of it's subdivision. They'll subdivide
Some of it
the
is,
house off
but a lot of the boundary line is a small minor.
Right. So going down through, if you wanna do site plan at 75, what do you want for the special permits? Same thing? Or would you cover them together, because most of them are gonna require both?
Would be both.
So 75 for the two?
That would be my recommendation.
Alright. Home office occupancy permit. If it's a home occupation, we're not requiring a permit at this point. No.
Well, isn't it, it's kinda difficult to track that in the town though, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, if they're just using a room in their house, it's pretty tough to how much of the house they're using.
Yeah,
I think this law is a little antiquated because it's mostly due to having say, a dentist office in your own home.
Right.
Now you can have all sorts of internet things going on and you're running your business out of your living room.
Right.
So it's really difficult to track something like that. I think that technology has surpassed that whole.
I wouldn't worry about that line.
no,
Sketch plat review, that's like preliminary stage of a subdivision. Right now it's 25. You wanna charge 25 for the sketch plat and 25 for the final plat, or make them even?
so change that $10 to
We'll change that
$25.
$10 to 25 per lot. And boundary line adjustment, what do you wanna do
I
on
think
that?
that should be at 50.
That should be 50?
Per app?
Yeah.
Yep. And inspection fees, anything the planning board needs gets passed on to the developer right now, so I guess we don't really need to worry about that.
It's nice to have a little continuity.
True, true, try to keep the same everywhere. Anybody have any other questions or
Well, I think
concerns
that
or
we-
disagreements?
I think
or-
the advertising isn't addressed here, you know.
Right.
I think the cost of advertising should be
Pass to the applicant.
passed to the applicant, and the town shouldn't be the one to be paying those fees.
No.
At the present time, I understand the village does not pay those fees.
No, they do not.
Okay.
And the applicant isn't heard until the fee is paid. So if the applicant comes in without their checkbook to pay for the advertising, they aren't heard. So, you know, I
And
think
we
it's,
would already know what those advertising fees are gonna be.
See, that becomes a problem, I don't know how, I know Dave and I were talking about when Dave came in the other day. And Dave says, how do you know that when you're at the meeting? So what
how
does
do you
Kim
know
call?
how do you know the fee?
Yeah, does Kim call like the reporter and see what that,
The clerk is the one who does it, so Dave would have to know what the wording is, how much it's gonna be at the newspaper, whether it's $5 and whatever.
so we have to call prior?
They call prior to that, then they call back to the applicant with that number, and they come in with a check at the meeting, or
Right.
pay prior to the meeting.
Yeah, because they would be told they needed a public hearing before,
Doesn't matter whether you have a public hearing or not.
So
As
Dave
soon as
is
an
required
application is
to,
in,
Dave is
Right.
required to call that,
yeah.
okay.
we're gonna know how much the ad is before they have the actual public hearing on it.
Yeah.
So they would not hold a public hearing if they haven't paid the advertising fee.
Well, they wouldn't even go that far, Mark. They would, you're talking the public hearing is your second phase. The application, the site plan is done right away, and it's, you know,
Yeah, but you,
Oh, yeah, you're right,
you're
you're
not gonna
right, you're right,
advertise
you're
until you
right.
have the public
You're
hearing,
right.
so.
yeah,
You're not gonna
The only
have-
thing you've got to advertise is the
public hearing.
public hearing, so
Yeah.
when they get to that stage and the planning board tells them they've got to have a public hearing, they've got to
Right.
advertise
Right.
it.
That's when they're gonna find out how much that's gonna cost. And it's gonna be pretty much the same, because it's, you're advertising the public hearing saying,
it's like
you know,
3 lines.
yeah, so,
It's gonna
It
be
should
similar to what we do when we advertise for budget or whatever,
Yeah.
it's gonna be in the same
whatever that
ballpark.
cost is.
It's not a ton of money, but.
But when you have all these
Yeah.
site plans coming up before the boards, we shouldn't pay for that.
No, so I think we just need to state that, you know, within these fees, any advertising that needs to be done in regards to public hearings or so forth is the expense, is the responsibility of the applicant.
Yeah, I've just got cost of any advertisements to be paid by the applicant.
Yeah, that's good.
Alright,
All right.
so is everybody okay with the revised numbers?
Do we need a
So
motion?
we're incorporating the site plan review and the special permit review into one $75 charge instead of two,
Right.
okay.
I mean, if they don't come in and they've already got a special permit, like the melt plan or whatever, and they're doing another site plan because they're expanding, they would still pay the 75. But the 75 would cover up to two of those.
Okay. Okay.
Does Is there a motion to accept the new fee schedule and pass it on to the
Like to
planning
make a
board?
motion to accept the fee schedule as stated.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You print that up, Elsa, and make sure they all get a copy. Thank you.
I'll email Rick and
Rental regulations, I talked to Dale, I talked to Dave, now Dave's on vacation. Before that, Dale was on vacation, so trying to schedule a night to sit down did not work for this month. I don't know whether we wanna get into that during budget season,
No, but I am concerned with the fact that, the students are back now, and that's one of my big issues, is making sure that the students are safe, and that there is a method for them to be able to deal with problems they may have with landlords and things of that nature in the town. So I just think it's something we need to try to move forward on as soon as we can.
We had a mandatory meeting up at SUNY on, last Tuesday night, that I was in attendance, the mayor, the chief of police, and, Chief Pettit and their new provost, Tomas Aguirre. And we discussed a lot of rental things and how to get in contact with either me in the village, or there were a lot of town students there. And I did tell them that they can contact their code officer here in the town if they have problems with landlords and so forth, so.
It's
We had
true,
like 60-something kids there.
It's true they can do that, but without any laws in
Right.
place, it's not gonna do them much good if the landlord doesn't have some law or some rules they have to follow. So I just think it's important for us to keep moving forward.
Well, it's a tenant bill of rights.
I know that, but it's still, if we don't have some way to hold these guys liable like the village does, I think it's important that we continue to move forward on this whole thing, so. I don't wanna see it get pushed by the side. But I do agree that, it is budget time, but still, I don't wanna play it down, that's all. I wanna keep moving forward. We've been talking about it way too long, and my opinion is it should have been done by now, so. That's my feeling.
Energy grant program. Tara did the presentation at the last meeting, and I guess we do have interest in trying to, see if we can fulfill the requirements to be eligible for some energy grants.
Yeah, I'd like to propose that did we have to adopt a resolution that says that we wanna be considered, that we wanna pursue that, whatever the title was of the town,
Well, we've gotta do a resolution as part of one of the ways of getting compliance, but she can get started on, doing the study on the lighting upgrades that we did, see whether that will qualify us for part of it. And then we'll talk to Dale and see whether he's gotten that training class, and then we can do a resolution on, if you wanna move it forward.
So,
Can
should we turn over the information on our bills and so on, so you can review that? Is that what she does?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, what we will
They
do
can
is
file them.
give her the electric bills, prior to the NYSEG program there where we upgraded the lights,
Nice survey.
and, see if we actually save money. If we didn't, I'm gonna be rather upset.
Yeah.
But I'd like us to adopt that unified solar permit tonight. That's
That's one of the parts, the easy way of, complying on the one end of it anyway. So we
Doesn't
can-
make it any simpler, I can tell you that.
No,
Can we make a motion?
It's a 5-page document as opposed to a 1-page document. It basically makes the town, or whoever is part of that, be a data gathering for this entity. And you're on the hook for eternity.
I make the motion that we adopt.
I'm moving without Perkinsville.
Yeah, I mean.
They
but
gave
it's
a
the-
carrot to the village of $2,500. They didn't give us a carrot.
Well, we could've gotten that if we did it a year ago when I proposed it.
No, they came just recently to the village.
Well, we can ask them for the carrot, but then we'll.
So are you making the motion now?
Well, if we think that we can get $2,500 out of it.
I don't know whether you're gonna,
Well, is that why we would be doing it, or would we?
No.
No, I hope not.
Right, I'm just,
I hope not.
Why don't we just, if you wanna make a motion that we participate in the grant qualification program,
Yeah, because we wanna be on their books.
right, then we can talk
We'll
to her
adopt the
and
permit
see
next
what's,
time.
yeah, if we can adopt the permit and whatever other resolutions that are gonna help us move it forward.
I'm good with that, so I'm making a motion that we officially participate their
Okay,
club.
I'll second that.
that's what Cornell Corporate Extension. All in favor?
Aye.
You wanna be our contact person, Matt?
Sure.
yeah, I'm just gonna ask.
Cause we need
ask
somebody
that.
to, you know, work with her on, you know, what she needs to get from us.
Yeah,
And,
I mean, if she's gonna do the review and all that, she's gonna need these bills, and somebody's gonna have to coordinate that
Yep.
kind of stuff,
all right,
so, okay.
we'll get a hold of her and we'll put Matt on the hook.
Got it.
We have somebody volunteer. Swimming pool, we're getting closer. I don't know if you wanna say anything about that now, Al?
Sure, I'd like to. The swimming pool, we have, the swimming pool has gotten through the, New York State Health Department. We are approved, finally. Our next step, tomorrow, we have a phone call, a conference call with, New York State Parks and Rec, who is, also helping to fund this project. And we hope that if everything goes good there, which we anticipate it will, they've been very cooperative, the Parks and Rec has. So we anticipate that we should be ready to go out to bid, hopefully by October, to have bids come back in November, and to be able to award the pool to a construction company by December, which means that construction should begin in the spring. So that's where we are right now. It's very exciting. So a lot of work to do yet in regards to getting to the final stages of swimming, but it's coming. So it's all exciting. More to come.
Okay. Any other old business? All right, moving on to new business. You all had a copy of the CWT ballot for the executive board, the 3 members. We had to vote for 3 and 3 alternates. I think I've got everybody's, but now I have everybody's.
All right.
So we're all good. And we'll get that turned in. Next up, we got a draft of local law number 1 of 2017. It's the same thing that we did pretty much every year since I've been in charge. It's a local law to override the tax levy limit that the governor set. If you can't stay within what started as a 2% tax cap, you've got to pass a local law saying you're gonna override it. And basically, unless you really know that you're gonna be under it, you pass the local law, because if you don't pass the local law and exceed the cap, then you get penalized. So we can always rescind the local law later, but unless somebody gives us a big donation, I don't know if we're gonna make it this year either, but I think it's 1.7% this year.
Less than that.
Yeah, I thought it was less than a percent.
You thought it was less than 1%?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm getting the wrong numbers.
73.
It has gone up.
Oh,
It used to be less, but now
Yeah,
it's
last year was like
actually,
0.72
yeah,
or
it's
something
actually
ridiculous.
moving back closer to where the 2%, but it's not there.
But you might wanna tell your fire commissioner that it hasn't been 2% since the first year,
Mhm.
because he keeps bragging about staying under the cap, and
Yeah.
it hasn't happened.
Not my fire commissioner.
There you go.
But anyhow, I need a motion to, set up a public hearing for, before the next board meeting to, let the public comment on the tax override local law.
So moved.
What time you wanna set it for? 7:15?
7:15.
7:15, next meeting.
October,
Yeah, October 10th.
Yep. October, yeah, why is that in blue?
It's Columbus Day.
Columbus Day.
Sorry,
Columbus Day is the ninth.
Good thing she's here.
So it's fine.
That's the original Columbus Day. Yeah, October 10th.
Yep.
Okay, October 10th,
7:15.
7:15 here. Okay, next up, we need to get some, budget workshops scheduled. I know Al's gonna be gone the last couple weeks of the month here.
Perfect time to do the budget.
He'd be happy about that.
We'll only raise taxes on people who live on Bell Hill, right?
Just the backside.
Just the backside.
Just the backside.
Like I said, the first bit here is just gonna be the wish list of the department heads.
Have they given that yet? When is that?
This Maggie, we'll have to find out from Maggie if they all turned in their worksheets yet.
Okay, they haven't even, you haven't even got your worksheet.
Hey, you
Well,
should have
too
had.
bad, no money next year, Darren.
I'm sorry you missed
They
it.
should have had.
Yeah, they'll come out of somebody's, I guess, because we didn't get them.
Yeah,
Supposedly went out.
no, they should have
I
been.
know mine went out in Harpersfield last month.
Yeah, yeah, they do out in August. Okay, you're not my check.
Yeah, all right, we'll check and see where they are.
Yeah.
I know where they are.
But, do we wanna schedule a meeting for the end of the month here to get started? Just to preliminary
Is
information?
it gonna have enough time for them to give their stuff? Probably not.
Tomorrow, well,
Huh?
Well, we
Okay.
are on a time schedule,
Yep.
so things have to be done on a schedule.
If you don't get your budget in, guess who does your budget for you? So, if you, whatever you want, you better get it into me.
give me papers and I'll work on it.
All right. I thought that went out a week ago, so we will find out what happened with the paperwork.
But we should schedule something for this month, so like,
Yeah, I think we've gotta do something this
That- oh,
month,
yeah.
just to collect what we, get in.
the 28th at
Thursday
4 PM or something.
Thursday the 28th, 4 o'clock.
It's just an idea. I don't
What's
know.
the date?
Thursday the 28th, like 4 o'clock.
Sure, I'll be in North Carolina, work for me.
Yeah, it works for you.
And you wanna have another one in October while we're talking about it?
Thursday the 28th, 4 PM.
Thursday the 28th,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yep,
I've gotta advertise that
yep.
in time, you know?
About October the 12th.
October 12th, maybe a few days after the board meeting, that'll, should work.
What time
October
is the
12th,
28th,
28th, 4 o'clock.
4 p.m.,
Yeah,
the 12th?
So October 12th, 4 PM as well?
Yep.
might as well keep it the same
Keep it the
time.
same.
Okay, so September 28th, October 12th, 4 PM, budget workshops here.
And our draft has to be ready for public. When?
We've got,
November.
well, we're supposed to have our tentative budget, it's supposed to be set by October 5th,
Yeah.
which is basically
Not gonna happen.
the numbers that everybody wants, it's not the numbers that really ever make it to the budget.
Right, and then it
The
has.
the public hearing has to be, on or before the Thursday immediately following the general election, which would be November 9th this year.
Yep.
But we can extend it not beyond November 15th.
So we'll be meeting on the 14th.
Yep. So we can hold our public hearing on the 14th, before our regular meeting, and we can.
And still comply.
Yep.
Yeah.
As long as we pass a budget on the 14th too. Well, actually, we've got till the 20th to pass the budget.
Do we want the preliminary meeting to be, the preliminary budget, that's supposed to be October 5th, do we want to have a meeting on October 5th instead of the 12th?
No, that's just gonna be the rough numbers that we've accumulated. And then between October 5th and, November 9th, we will be trying to hone in on what the unexpended balances are gonna be, and fine tuning things, so. And we can set another meeting.
We'll have a third meeting now.
Oh, yeah, we'll have
Yeah.
another meeting, we can set that
Sometime in there.
somewhere late in October. Do we wanna pick a date for that too, while we're at it?
Well, I would say you wanna do it the 19th, right after, or you wanna do it the 26th?
Gives you another week to chew on it while you're after the second workshop.
Yeah, I think it
People on
still gives us a couple weeks to do the final, get everything
I
finalized,
think
so.
keep them on Thursday, 26th,
Thursday the 26th.
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock to 26th.
Okay,
So we've got September 28th at 4, October 12th at 4, and October 26th at 4 p.m., correct?
Yes,
And that's for the budget workshops.
yes.
now that I've said that, I've probably got meetings on all those days, so maybe I better look.
Thursdays.
Cause I know I've gotta be out of town somewhere in there. Yeah, let's see, September 28th, I'm out of town, where am I at? Yeah, I'll be done, I'll be back, I'll be alright. October 12th is okay, 26th is okay, we're good.
Okay.
We are good. Alright, that takes care of that. We also wanna announce there's gonna be a meeting of the Joint Flood Commission, the Town Board, and Village Board on September 26th at 6 p.m. here to hopefully get some input from our engineers on some flood mitigation projects that will help possibly get some people out of the floodplain and lower their flood insurance. So, anybody interested in that, please pass the information along.
What was the time of the evening?
6 o'clock, September 26th. All right, moving on, committee reports, highway and machinery. What'd you break this week, Darren? Fixed a lot?
He got married, but
Yeah, you got fixed, all right. Sorry, Elsie.
Better apologize to the camera.
You're eating.
I'm eating.
It's a good thing.
There's not much more that I could say besides what's on that report, if you guys, unless there's questions for me about it.
Anybody got any questions for Darren?
yeah, how was your honeymoon?
Irma.
Irma.
It was nice till it ended.
Is there any time frame, Darren, when you might know on the reimbursements from FEMA?
No, unfortunately, they said it could go either way. They said it could be sped up or prolonged, because obviously FEMA's gonna get overwhelmed now with Texas and Florida, so. They may try to rush it through, but maybe,
But more than likely it'll get put on the back.
probably
burner.
because it's a small little storm compared to what that was. See how it goes, but that was the two things that the two options they gave us, and they didn't know the answer.
Do you recall, the approximate dollar figure that you submitted to them?
It's still up in the air because, there's gonna be special cases as far as repairs go. But the reimbursements will be there for material, fuel, and man hours. Total, I don't have in front of me, I couldn't tell you right now.
Thank you.
Yep,
On the Hamden Hill Road,
yep,
why does it keep breaking up on that?
too wet of a
Springs.
year. Yep.
This is when the other company did it? Or is
Yeah.
it due
Yeah,
because
and
of
that was
that?
put off a good month from the original date of doing it, with hopes of drying out, but it never dried out. And it still hasn't dried out to this point, so even if we did wait, it wouldn't have mattered.
So it wasn't because of error on
No,
the installation?
no,
We can't go back on them?
no, it's a thin layer of slime, literally slime, just separated fines
Yep.
on top of that, between the good gravel and underneath the pump mill itself.
So we're gonna have to cut the pavement and
We're doing that.
dig it out and put some drainage in and.
Yeah, well, actually,
we can
once
stop
that's,
it.
yeah, once that slime's out of there, it's not bad, it's all good gravel under there, but it was that slime on top. It's right in a shaded area, it's actually where it is, it never gets any sun, never dries out, never melts in the winter time either, so. The seal coat's gonna certainly help it, once we can finally get that on, but
It'll
that's been
break
pushed
down
off for
too.
over a month.